Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back. Today we're going to be covering some new releases. So what I did was I picked releases from the beginning of October up until when I am filming this, which I think is October 19th. And I just picked some releases from that time since there are quite literally so many releases, it's impossible to keep up. What I'm going to do is chat about them, give you my thoughts. I'm going to roast them or tell you that I'm into it. So we'll see. Grab yourself a beverage. And yeah, let's talk some shit. If you are new here, my name is Megan. I post every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. But I do bonus uploads, so make sure that you ring the bell so that you are notified of all my uploads. I'm going to be posting photos over here so that you guys can see the products that I'm talking about as well. The first launch is from Dior. They are launching 2 holiday palettes, and it looks like 6 holiday lippies. To be honest, I feel like this is one of the better collections Dior has put out, because I think in my last video I roasted them because the palette was like 50 shades of beige. Like, it was so bad. But these look like you actually have some different color, a little bit of dimension, you have some depth. So I actually think that these look quite nice. They also almost look like they have a cream shadow up in the top corner, which I think is very interesting. I've never tried their 9 pans, but I have eyeballed them, so I don't know if the formula is good or not. Both of these look like color stories I would enjoy. I don't see myself picking them up, mostly because at this time I'm out of purchases, so I can't buy anything. But I actually do think that these look quite nice. I can't tell if these are their lip oils or their lip glosses down there at the bottom, but I really like their lip glosses. But yeah, I thought that Dior did a pretty good job with this launch. Sorry, I'm like looking down. I don't know what my computer is doing, but it's like not sliding over. There we go. Okay. The next one is from ABH, and I'm gonna give you a second. What palette does this make you think of or remind you of? Because I had to straight up do a double take because it looks almost identical to the Lawless One Baby palette, in my opinion. The Lawless one is a lot more inclusive, I think, because it carries a lot more, the shades are a lot deeper. There's a lot more, they're more pigmented. So I feel like the Lawless one is more inclusive, whereas like this is like straight up looks like the same packaging, the same color stories, but washed out. So I think this is blah. I don't purchase from ABH. I think that if you, I don't know, the color story is pretty. It's just really not inclusive. And it kind of, it is what it is. Didn't catch my eye at all, so thank goodness. I think that it's like, this is where ABH is now, that they're straight up like using the vibes of another brand. How far they have come. The next palette, you guys, this Spooked palette has straight up been living rent-free in my mind since it launched. Is this a palette I would use every day? No. Is this a palette I would use every week? Probably also no. But, oh my gosh, like, I don't know. It has this, like, weird chokehold on me that, like, I want it. I want it so bad. And I've watched, like, so many reviews on it and swatches. Like, it just looks so good. And I've literally never heard of this brand until I randomly saw this on my For You page on IG. And I was like, what is that? What is that? I know it's currently sold out, but they are restocking it. But wow, I think it is so pretty. And it looks fairly diverse as well. Like, I know I wouldn't use, well, I don't know, that red shade is pretty deep. And I feel like it would pull really pretty with the, with that quad down there at the end of dark shadows. I don't know. I don't need to buy, if I'm buying anything, the last thing I need to buy is a palette. Okay. But it is just, it looks so good, you guys. I have quite a few empties. I don't think that I will earn another purchase by the end of October, but I'm hoping I'll have another purchase by November. And if so, this could potentially be something I snag if it's still available. I just think it's so gorgeous, and like the looks I've seen done with it, like the shimmers, and the mattes blend out beautifully. Like, I want this one really bad. Really, really bad. If you got it, let me know in the comments, like, what are your thoughts? What's your experience been with it? I'm genuinely like so curious to know. Next up, we have this collection from Wet n Wild. Looks like a collab with Snoopy. I don't know, like, I understand that Wet n Wild is affordable, but a lot of the times, like, I just feel like what they do looks kind of like cheapy to me. I do feel like the sponges are really cute though, and the packaging is really cute. Like, I do think it looks cute, but like, I don't know why none of their products ever like appeal to me. Like, you know, everyone was like super obsessed with their highlighters or powdered highlighter formula, and it's like a cult classic. Like, those never even tempted me. But I do think this is a cute collab. I was trying to think if we'd seen Snoopy with another brand before, and I don't think we have, but also like we see so many crazy holiday collabs that it like I could be forgetting. But I think that it is cute. I think that there's gonna be like a part 2 to this collection. I think they have like some more makeup geared items, because this one is more like, you know, you have some scrubs, you have brushes, you have bags, sponges, more on like the tool side of things. It also looks like it comes with some nail polish as well. But yeah, I think they nailed it on the packaging. I just don't really know how their like formulations are. The next launch that I truly think is so ugly is MAC's holiday collection. Like, I don't know why, I just think it is so ugly. Like, it is not doing it for me at all, especially the eyeshadow palettes. Like, I just feel like there's so much wasted space. I don't like the color stories. They look very bulky. They just look ugly. And the same with the little singles. They look like so thick and bulky, and they wouldn't be like really friendly to store. It looks like they're continuing to build on the Velvet Teddy scenario with the lipsticks and the lipstick holder. I don't know. I don't know what it was that like rubbed me wrong about this collection, but when they first like launched and released it, I posted on my IG stories. I was like, this is so fucking ugly. Like, it's not rubbing me right. And then it looks like they have a little bow with a case of a bunch of different assorted lipsticks. I guess I'm not really into those kind of things anymore. I think if you were just starting out with makeup and you were building your collection up a little bit, then maybe that would be nice. But for me, like, one, I don't need that many, and two, I know myself and I wouldn't use the majority of those shades. So yeah, nothing about this is like booyah for me. It's just bleh. Like, I'm not into it, thank goodness. The next launch is from Kimchi, and this is a Holy Fairy Tale collection, eyeshadow palette. I think that the artwork on this is really pretty. I do like that. I think it's fun, whimsical. I think that the color story is really pretty, but even just as I like glance at it, like, there are like, I don't know why they felt the need to make it so big, because there's just like way too many shades. Because looking at it, I can easily identify like 2 of the orange shades are gonna look pretty much the same on the eye, 2 of the pink shades will look the same on the eye, we have 3 or 4 blue shades that are gonna look the exact same on the eye, 3 greens that'll look the same. Like, it's just so repetitive that they could have made this half the size if they wouldn't have put in so many like repeat shades. And I really truly think that's why I don't purchase larger palettes anymore, because for like the most part, it's just like, you know, you have repeat shadows that are just like a smidge deeper or a smidge lighter, but realistically they're gonna look pretty much the same. On the eye, I feel like a palette like Biba with this many shades, or like my Huda Big palettes, I feel like that's kind of the sweet spot in terms of like how big I would go with a palette. But I am just not interested in big palettes anymore. I think you just get so many of the same shades. Okay, next up, Kim launched this skincare slash aesthetically pleasing packaging for your like bathroom skincare needs. And all I have to say about this is, Kimberly, literally $90 for a Kleenex cover. Does she know we're in a recession? Does she know? Can somebody tell her? I literally laughed out loud when I saw the price points for this. I was like, your girl's definitely, I'm not the target market, but I just like, I feel like it just shows like the complete difference of like the average working class person compared to like what they're doing, that like, oh, $90 is a low price point for a tissue cover. Like, bitch, I ain't even got a tissue cover. The boxes of tissues are expensive. So I don't know. She just is getting so like way more out of touch than I think she even realizes with like the typical person that like supports her. So I think that's interesting. I don't anymore, but I kind of wanted to touch on that. Another release we have is from RuPaul, and this was so disappointing. Like, I love RuPaul and RuPaul's Drag Race, like, love it. So I was like, oh, hell yeah, brother. Like, this is gonna be awesome. But it honestly just looks like a cheap blah cash grab. Like, it's so disappointing. I don't know. Maybe the makeup will be great, but I don't really think that it looks all that. Like, I think that with RuPaul's like personality and style, I feel like he could have just done so much more, and it's so lackluster. That's the best word for it. Now this next launch I think is beautiful. Viseart launched this palette, and I just think this is so stunning with these chocolate, like deep chocolate tones and those deep purples. Like, this looks so stinking pretty. Like the perfect winter palette, winter fall palette. Like, I have never, I don't think, been tempted by a Viseart palette, but this one hardcore caught my eye. This is one I don't think I'll purchase just because I'm so limited on purchasing, but it's one that if I got, I think that I would really enjoy it. Next up is like a a Halloween release from Kylie Cosmetics. Who asked for this collaboration? Kylie x Batman. Like, I don't even really know what to say about it, because it's just, it feels so random and out of place. It's almost like she's realizing that people are kind of over her stuff that always looks the same. So she's going for these like nostalgic things, or these stories that people, you know, typically buy because of like you know, Star Wars, Marvel, that kind of stuff, that people buy them just because they're into that particular thing, not because the makeup's good. So I almost wonder like how her brand is going to continue to evolve, and if we'll see more of these kind of collaborations with different things that might appeal to different audiences, now that I feel like everyone's kind of blah with her stuff. So I think that it was interesting, but it felt so random. Like, I didn't even realize this was like Kylie Cosmetics, and maybe that's part of the point. I don't know. The next launch, okay, and this is the Odin's Eye holiday launch, and wow. Literally, when they announced this for 2 days straight, I watched reviews, makeup looks, swatches, first impressions. Like, that's all I freaking did. Because they look so gorgeous, and like, I would love to have them in my collection. But I don't have any purchases. So, like, I can't. But I was looking at them because I was like, well, you know, if I could add one, you know, which one would it be? Like, if I were to use Mercari money or something. So I did like a pretty deep dive, and I think they are both so beautiful. Like, I don't want to say never, but I definitely was like sad. It's like, I wish I was on Odin's Eye friggin' PR list. Like, I still have not tried anything from Odin's Eye. I have the Solman 2 palette on my wish list, and I'm hoping to have that by the end of the year. But yeah, just absolutely stunning. Like, the artwork on these is breathtaking. When they launched it, I just was like, literally, wow. So well done, in my opinion. It's not cheapy looking or rushed or anything like that. It just looks so well executed, and the color stories are different. They're not those basic mundane things, but in my opinion, at least for me, like, they don't appear to be too intimidating either. So yeah, this, I'm not gonna lie, this launch tempted me hard. It is so beautiful. The next one is from Mad Beauty, and I don't even know. I've literally never heard of this brand, and maybe it's probably, oh, it's a face mask. It's not makeup, but I wanted to include this because I think it looks so scary. Like, when I saw this, I was like, ooh, because of like the eyes and stuff where it's cut out, but it's like weird because it doesn't even like line up with the eyes and the mouth where they would be on your face. Like, these just look so creepy to me that I thought we could all just get a good laugh, because I was like, what? Next up, Glamlight launched a palette in collaboration with Scooby-Doo, and I actually feel like they did a pretty good job. I was kind of disappointed that there wasn't an orange in either of the palettes. I'm sorry if these are so jumpy. My boyfriend just got home and won't shut the fuck up. So I'm gonna try to edit it all out the best that I can. But yeah, I was kind of shocked there wasn't any orange shadows in either of the palettes. I was happy that the palettes were smaller, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pans, because they kind of normally do like really big palettes. So this had me more inclined to be like, oh, like, that's nice. It's a smaller kind of situation. What kind of rubbed me wrong though, on their promo post, they were telling people that they didn't use any kind of wet base, primer, or anything to do their swatches, when it was so obvious that they did, because you could tell where the mattes were darker over the wet spots. So that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, why are you lying about it? Like, it's fine to use a primer. Like, it was so just like shady. And it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth about Glamlight. So I don't know. Like, I have 2 palettes from them that are ready. Like, that might have broke. That already don't even get like close to the amount of love that they should. These are actually on the chopping block for my end of the year declutter. Just because they're so beautiful, but I never reach for them. So I wouldn't pick up this collection anyways. But their shadows are really good, honestly. But I don't know, them just like lying about the fact that they used a base to do their swatches. I'm just like, why? That is so unnecessary to lie about. So I don't know, shady vibes, which also, maybe someone can explain this to me, because I feel like I have to be missing something. Trendmood posted that Flower Beauty and ET were in collaboration, and in the description it was like, this is so iconic. Can someone explain to me why it's iconic? I feel like there's something that I'm missing. Because I think that the color story is really unappealing. There's a ton of wasted space. I'm not really into ET. Like, nothing about this screams iconic to me. So I feel like there's something I'm missing. If you know what I'm missing, let me know. That's why I wanted to include this one, because I was like, what's happening? Like, and I went through the comments to try and figure it out, and people were like, so iconic, or complaining about the packaging. So I'm like, but why is it iconic? Why? I need to know. Next up, guys, just smack me. Revolution is launching a collection in collaboration with Shrek. Tell me why I want it. The palette with Shrek's face on it, like, I don't know why. There's something about it that I'm like, damn, I want that. I want the Shrek headband. Would I ever use the highlight in the gingerbread cookie tin? Probably not, but I want it. It is so cute. It is so gosh darn cute. Like, and I've only had a highlighting quad from Revolution, and it was like really good, but that's all I've ever tried from the brand. I haven't ever tried anything else, but this has me like, it's so like, I don't know, it's so random and not my like typical aesthetic or typically what I would reach for or be drawn to. And I don't know, maybe it's just because like the Shrek stuff was like trending on TikTok for so long, like, I don't know, or maybe just because it's nostalgic, but like, yeah, I really would not mind having that Shrek palette in my collection. I think it's so cute. Next up and last up, Manny, the CEO of Lunar Beauty, just announced this today as I'm filming. He is launching the 12 Days of Lunar collection. I watched his collection video and wow, it is truly, in my opinion, it's like innovative, which isn't something that we really see anymore. It comes with 2 lip oils, which I love lip oils. But the thing I was most interested in was the advent calendar. What it is it's 12 days of lunar, and in the bottom it comes with that palette you see there, and it's a magnetized palette, and then each day you open a new individual shadow that you can pop into your eyeshadow palette, which I really like because this is gonna allow, I feel like there are so many people like in the painting community that I follow that like to customize their palettes, mix and match, do all that. And this would allow them to do that not only with these shadows, but pop in some of their own shadows as well. So I feel like this is really just like different and really exciting. It's going to bring that like mystery of like, ooh, what shade am I going to get? And Manny did sneak peek 3 of the shades on his channel. The 3 shades he sneak peeked were gorgeous. He said it comes with 6 mattes and 6 shimmers. And yeah, I'm really bummed because this is something that like I like, ooh, it would be so fun to have. But I'm out of purchases and I'm determined to not break that for our project. We're getting really close to the end of the year. I have 2 more months to go. So I won't pick it up, and I do foresee it selling out pretty quickly. So by the time I earn another purchase, I highly doubt it'll be in stock. And he did say it was limited edition. Once it's gone, it's gone. So yeah, if you snag this, let me know because I want to know your thoughts. I want to see it. Like, I just want to live vicariously through you because it looks so stinking beautiful. But yeah, that is it, you guys. There are, man, I hate to say it, but there are kind of a decent amount of launches coming out. Like, granted, yeah, there are a lot of clown launches. That is for dang sure. There always will be. But I feel like, you know, over this span of 20 days, there have been more good launches, in my opinion, than there typically are. There are a lot that I didn't mention as well. You know, ColourPop, they've announced like 4 launches. I just ignore them now. I don't support ColourPop, so I don't care what they're doing, and the fact that they launch something or two things every week is so just annoying to me that I'm not even going to go over their launches anymore because frankly, I don't care. But yeah, I feel like we did have a handful of really beautiful launches. Let me know in the comments if you guys are going to be picking any of these products up or if you have picked any of them up. I am genuinely curious. And yeah, if you made it to the end, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you know, and I love you more than you know. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!